my mind, there's two things. One, what I have noticed as a teacher is that many students feel a deep sense of insecurity about the future because of climate change. There's a quote from Robin Wall Kimmerer that I love that goes, "Restoration is the antidote to despair." And so in my mind as a teacher, it's activities like where we're getting our hands dirty and actively doing something to restore the environment, that is the antidote to that kind of negative downward spiral of despair and climate hopelessness. And then secondly, what's important about this, I think it's important to teach about the connection between people and place. And so I think for students it's important to learn about the human and natural history of this area so that they can feel some kind of connection to the place, and then to do something to care for that. And so it's a way to teach about ecosystems, how they work, by experiencing. And then what I'd like to do is identify some plants that are beneficial and some we'd like to spend a little bit of time kind of weeding, if you will. And then we'll put on some waders, hop in kayaks, and go paddle. But there's a couple places I have in mind to go harvest some beneficial wetland plants. And as you guys remember, since they form this underground network, anything we take, as long as we don't take too much, right? Indigenous people had this principle, the honorable harvest, you don't take too much. You kind of ask permission to take, and kind of what I interpret that to mean is we want to take in a way that allows an area to regenerate, right? So as long as we don't take too much, next year those plants will regenerate and expand like the wetland networks do. If you guys notice this plant with the yellow, with the kind of orange flowers, and the way you know jewelweed is notice how the water kind of beads up on it and it almost looks silvery. Do you guys notice how those droplets of water look almost silver? Can you guys see this purple flower, this plant? So this is a native plant called swamp milkweed. This is a wetland plant. We can leave this, but then Riley, do me a favor and turn around, and the plant with the purple flowers, that one right there. So that's purple loosestrife, and that's invasive, that's introduced, and so that might outcompete the wetland plants that we have. Actually, just a quick thing about that, because Riley, you said celery?
Yeah, it feels like...
And you know how celery has kind of those tubes that can draw water up?
Yeah.
A lot of plants that evolved to live in wetlands have tubes like that, but it's for going underground, bringing oxygen into the underground parts of the plant. All of the loosestrife that you see back in here, can you try to pull it out and get the roots out?
Yes.
And then they may be a little bit more difficult, but these two, these can come up.
Look, it's so satisfying.
Can you guys do as much as you can starting here, moving in that direction?
Yes. Come on.
Beautiful.
Get over here. I just like to be involved, and I never had that at my old school, and I made some really good friends here, and I love my teachers, so everybody at New Roots is just amazing. I like to feel like I'm part of a community. Like I like to plant things or clean up nature and just get my hands dirty, and along with my friends. At my old school I didn't get that because their whole thing was just sports and stuff, and I never felt like I was actually, I guess, like part of a community. You get to take this learning experience and you get to put it into like real world stuff. Me personally, I've been doing a lot of this at my house and doing a ton of planting and cleaning up my yard, and I take it and I go put it somewhere else as well, and I get to take that because it sticks with me. You're able to learn, but you're also able to actually be physically doing the thing. So like you get to learn, so like there's like a little mini lesson, but then you actually get to go and do it and practice with it and continue to do that as as time goes on. You get to see your progress. You get to take this learning experience and you get to put it into like real world stuff.
How was it?
It was great.